You know, guys, I know there's like a massive void in Call of Duty YouTube right now where every single content creator is seemingly not trying whatsoever, and majority of your favorite content creators' upload schedule has probably gone down the drain, and as if it's any type of surprise, I'm willing to bet it has a lot to do with the state of Call of Duty recently and how uninteresting everything is. And I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't even realize we were this close to Season 5 of MW 2019 Part 2, but then over the last few days I started seeing some news for Season 5, and of course, not much of it was very interesting whatsoever, but there is one thing in particular that I guess Call of Duty and Activision are kind of leaning towards every single time there's a new season, because of course, the game itself won't carry its own weight. So what do Activision and Call of Duty and all of these developers start doing? They start bringing in random bullshit into the game and start piquing people's interest once again. And at this point, it doesn't even matter if they add 3 6v6 maps into the game. For every single season, I feel like they should have already been adding 3 to 4 6v6 maps, and they kind of just gave us nothing for the first like 3 seasons and delayed a few of the seasons as well, so everybody got fucking bored. And now the only way they seemingly have any chance to get people's interest piqued again is by adding stupid bullshit into the goddamn shop again. I saw this a couple of days ago from Charlie Intel. He says, new licensed operators for Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2 and Warzone: Snoop Dogg, Nicki Minaj, and 21 Savage. Alright, I don't know how to start this, guys. I'm gonna get pretty disrespectful in this video, and probably for the remaining videos for the next like month or so as these bundles start coming out. If you're a fan of any of these people, look, I understand it's pop culture, right? It's hip hop. I, for one, listen to some of their music. All 3 of these people. Every now and then, I'll listen to a song. Now, am I the biggest fan? Fuck no. But the point still stands. They're just doing their thing, okay? They're artists, they're not here for Call of Duty, they're here to make music, right? Call of Duty and Activision are the ones reeling them into the franchise to get some fucking money. Now, it's not necessarily their goddamn faults, okay? I'm not gonna look at Snoop Dogg and say, hey, fuck you. I would never do that. I like Snoop Dogg, but guess what? I would look at the people who buy these bundles, and I would look at their characters in the game, and I'm sorry, I'm shooting fucking bodies, okay? There's no chance anybody who buys these 3 bundles are good at shooting. If I catch you in ranked play, it's chalked, okay? I'm sorry, I'm shooting bodies, I don't give a fuck about the objective. These bundles are absolutely ridiculous. Snoop Dogg was just in Vanguard, was he not? And people are seemingly super hyped up and saying Call of Duty is saved because your bundles are crossing over from MW 2019 Part 2 into Part 3. What about last year? Vanguard had Snoop Dogg. You already bought Snoop Dogg, you're gonna buy him again? Now, once again, it's nothing personal to Snoop Dogg, okay? I like Snoop Dogg. Does he belong in Call of Duty? Fuck no. Do I care about the immersion of Call of Duty? Nowadays, not really, but the point still stands. He doesn't necessarily belong in a game like Call of Duty, especially not for $20 fucking dollars. That's always been the message here when it comes to bundles, okay? It's never personal to whoever the bundle is about. It's always about the principle of the game and of the cost of the bundle. And no, I'm not saying this because I'm fucking broke. If you want the god honest truth, my videos over the last couple of weeks could get me to buy all of these bundles and some more, and guess what? I'm not gonna fucking do it. You know why? Because I'm not interested in them. Next, Nicki Minaj. What do they call her? The queen of rap, right? That's what it is. I know there's a lot of content creators out there that are not too in tune with hip-hop, and that's cool, that's fine. Honestly, the Scatmaster listens to a lot of heavy metal and a lot of rock, but growing up, I listened to quite a bit of hip-hop, and Nicki Minaj was somebody who was constantly on the radio. And you know, it makes sense, you know, women empowerment and all that. That's good, that's great, but guess what? As far as I'm fucking concerned, and I don't care how you take this, let me tell you right now, the Scatmaster does not care about anything at this point. Nicki Minaj in Call of Duty might as well just be skinny fucking Lizzo in my eyes. Get her the fuck out of Call of Duty. Does she belong in Call of Duty? No. Does it even make sense for her specifically to be in Call of Duty? Let me tell you one thing right now. I know there's gonna be a lot of disrespectful shit I'm about to say. I know the Barbies out there, I think that's what they're called, they're gonna get a little upset with the Scatmaster. Let me tell you something right now. If you put some Nicki Minaj fan Barbie shits against the Scatmaster, I'm sorry, the Scatmaster doesn't lose that shit, okay? If I shoot Nicki Minaj's character in the ass, am I gonna hear a pop? No, seriously. Seriously, am I gonna hear that deflating noise if I pop her in the ass? Am I gonna hear that shit? Is she gonna start levitating because she's blowing in the air like a fucking balloon? For God's sake, she has 2 cow udders. How does her hitbox make sense? And look, I'm not trying to degrade Nicki Minaj or disrespect her personally like that. As a matter of fact, I like Nicki Minaj, okay? I saw the Anaconda music video and my forearm strength increased after it. I'm just saying. And I'm not trying to make fun of her body or anything. If Nicki Minaj were in front of me, I'd say, yo, Nicki, flash us! I like Nicki Minaj, but she does not belong in Call of Duty, and it's obvious why she's being implemented into the franchise. Nobody cares about Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2, especially if the next Call of Duty title is just gonna be the patch, okay? MW 2019 Part 3 is literally just an MW2 patch. That's all it is. And then there's 21 Savage. Now, they didn't even bother putting 21 Savage's actual skin in the game yet. It's just a silhouette. Let me tell you guys something right now. I like 21 Savage. I'm pretty sure my cousin met 21 Savage. He's a good guy. Makes pretty decent music, you know, Savage Mode 2. It's not too shabby. What about his hitbox? It's like the exact opposite of Nicki Minaj's. Is this gonna be the new OP skin that you can't even land a shot on because his agility is probably on 200? Is he just gonna dodge bullets because he's skinny as shit? And once again, no disrespect to 21 Savage, the man would probably put me on a milk carton. But I'm just saying, once again, 21 Savage does not belong in Call of Duty. I know they're gonna generate a shit ton of money, and this is actually a tweet that comes out from the Ghost of Hope. He says, "It's funny to see people complain about stuff like this for the sake of immersion, but then you look at the likes and it's pretty obvious why they do the collabs they do." Now, while I agree with this, the whole thing about immersion isn't so much so that the Scatmaster himself thinks that Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2 should be a milsim. I don't think it should be a milsim. I think it's just gotten to the point that there's so much contradiction and hypocrisy in this game itself, where arguing anything in favor of immersion makes no sense, and arguing anything in favor of non-immersive things like Nicki Minaj in the game also makes no fucking sense, because the developers themselves wanted us to sound whore people in the goddamn game as opposed to seeing them on the minimap, because that's not realistic. Immersive footstep audio, that's literally their own words. The footstep audio sounds like Nicki Minaj's ass clapping when she twerks because they wanted it to be loud as shit, so you could hear people when they're running, because that's quote unquote realistic, right? The time to kill is extremely fast. They spent so much time on the audio of the guns because it's quote unquote realistic. Headshot multiplier is the way it is because of realism, right? They're the ones preaching realism, and then in the same breath, they want to add in Nicki Minaj and 21 Savage and Snoop Dogg again when he was just in a World War II game. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't this supposed to be a continuous timeline with Warzone now? Look, I'm just making observations at this point. All I'm trying to tell you guys is, this shit makes no goddamn sense. If you want more content in the game, free content, then stop spending $20 to $25 a piece on a bundle. To get these 3 rappers in the game, you're spending $60. This game costs $70. You tell me how that makes any sense, because to me it doesn't. And guys, I realize that I've talked about literally nothing from Season 5 other than these bundles, but that's the fucking point, isn't it? And nothing about Season 5 is interesting to me, except for talking shit about these 3 bundles. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. Do you plan on buying these 3 bundles? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos, and yeah guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Toodles.
It's been a very long time since the weekend. It's been a very long time and I'm weak. It's been a very long time since you seen me. Don't know why.